Everyone knows the story, the effortless rise to media royalty, but what if I told you that her real dream was never a talk show empire? Her heart belonged to hard-hitting journalism, breaking stories that mattered, uncovering truth in a world that wasn't ready for her. This is that untold story. Baltimore, 1976. A 22-year-old Oprah Winfrey walked into a newsroom that would test everything she believed about herself. What happened next would shatter the myth forever, because success was never guaranteed, and the woman who would become the most powerful voice in media was about to discover just how brutal that world could be. WJZ-TV Baltimore, the youngest news anchor in the station's history, 22 years old, the first black female co-anchor. In a room full of skeptics, the pressure was immediate, every word scrutinized, every emotion judged. She was told to be objective, to suppress the very empathy that made her human. When covering a house fire that killed 7 children, she did the unthinkable. She cried on camera. The backlash was swift, unprofessional, too emotional, not news anchor material. Night after night she questioned everything. Was she wrong to feel? Was her heart her weakness? She came within inches of walking away from television forever. The world almost lost Oprah before it ever knew her. The television news industry had rules, unwritten codes of conduct. They tried to change everything about her, her voice, her hair, her natural warmth. The standard was clear: be cold, detached, authoritative. But the ratings told a different story. Audiences could sense the disconnect. Every day was a battle between who she was and who they wanted her to be. Time was running out, the reviews were brutal. Lacks the necessary detachment for serious journalism. And so she walked away from her first dream. The newsroom door closed behind her. But what if it hadn't? What if Oprah Winfrey had never left the newsroom? Imagine a world where Oprah stayed in news, where her empathy became the new standard, where feeling wasn't weakness, but strength. Her investigative skills could have exposed corruption decades earlier. The entire media landscape might have evolved differently. More voices, more perspectives, more truth. Issues like mental health and education might have gained attention sooner. Political interviews that cut through spin with genuine human connection. But in this timeline, there's no Oprah show, no cultural revolution, no "you get a car," millions of lives unchanged by her unique gift for healing. So which world would have been better? Perhaps the real story isn't about what she left behind, but what she transformed into, because sometimes our greatest failures lead to our most important victories. Today's newsrooms look different. Emotion in journalism is no longer taboo. Her influence reached back to transform the very industry that rejected her. A new generation of journalists who lead with heart. That Baltimore newsroom taught her something invaluable. That authenticity isn't a flaw to be fixed, it's a superpower to be unleashed. Her failure in news became her foundation for everything else. The woman who was too emotional for news became the most trusted voice in America. Sometimes the path we're rejected from leads us to the one we were meant to walk. So to every dreamer told they're too much, remember Oprah's newsroom. Sometimes being too much is exactly what the world needs. The question isn't whether you'll face rejection, it's what you'll build from it.